realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon video. Well, my friends, the day we have all been waiting for is finally here. HBO has officially revealed their final trailer for House of the Dragon second season, and I must say, they were obviously saving the best for last. I think it's safe to say Game of Thrones is back and better than ever. House of the Dragon is about to be the show of the summer. As I said in my last video, I've been waiting for over a decade to finally see the Dance of the Dragons get brought to life by HBO. I haven't been this excited for a show since Game of Thrones was about to air its final season. After watching their new video over and over again, I have a feeling this will be one of their best seasons of television. Now let's have a look at everything that will happen this season. As you all know, House of the Dragon's first season ended right after Vhagar devoured Lucerys Velaryon and his dragon Arax above Shipbreaker Bay. This was the moment that officially started the Dance of the Dragons, a major historical event that will bring House Targaryen to its knees. Although this was an accident, it will not stop Daemon and Rhaenyra from avenging her son. At the beginning of this new season, we will see Rhaenyra hold a funeral ceremony for her son Lucerys Velaryon. We'll also see Rhaenyra arrive at Shipbreaker Bay, where she will discover the lifeless body of either her son or her son's dragon. I do believe this is what she's looking at in this scene right here. One of their bodies has most likely washed up onto the shore, confirming her worst fear. If they are following George R. R. Martin's Fire and Blood, then we know Daemon will want to avenge Lucerys immediately. That's why this first episode is named A Son for a Son. We should see them set everything in motion in this first episode. Daemon will reach out to his mistress Mysaria, who will find a way to hit them back where it hurts most. In the new video, we hear Mysaria say, "There's more than one way to fight a war." What she means by that is you don't always have to fight with swords or dragons in order to make someone suffer. They don't want to wait until they see them in the open field. They want to hurt them immediately. Right after she says this, we see someone walking around in the shadows inside of the Red Keep. Mysaria will find men who are able to slip inside of the castle in the middle of the night. Now they'll be able to hit them back when they least expect it. Now, Rhaenyra's other son Jaehaerys will be off in the north finding alliances for his mother. At the end of the first season, his mother sent him off with letters for the Vale, White Harbor, and Winterfell. As you can see by HBO's new video, Jace has already made friends with Lord Cregan Stark. I'm very excited to see this scene because I have been wondering why they were at the Wall. Like Jon Snow, Lord Stark may say they need to stop fighting over the Iron Throne and shift their focus onto their enemies in the far north. If you look over Cregan's shoulder, you can see he has House Stark's Valyrian steel sword with him. This looks like the same ice Ned Stark had in the first season of Game of Thrones. If you remember, House Stark has had this sword in their family for over 400 years, so it would make sense if Lord Cregan Stark had the sword with him. Another very interesting thing I noticed in this trailer were the 3 dragon eggs resting in the fire. I have a feeling these are the same 3 dragon eggs Dany is given in the first episode of Game of Thrones. As of right now, it's hard to say whether they will follow everything in George R. R. Martin's Fire and Blood. However, I do think there is a good reason for why they're showing us these 3 eggs. They will most likely vanish, leaving us to believe they will eventually end up in the hands of Rhaenys Targaryen. We will see a lot of different dragons this season. We get a better shot of Aegon's gorgeous dragon Sunfyre as he's flying over the city. This is our first official shot of King Aegon riding his dragon, and it won't be the last either. There will be roughly 17 dragons entering the various battles during the Dance of the Dragons. Daemon Targaryen will be riding his dragon Caraxes. Rhaenyra will be riding her dragon Syrax. Rhaenys will be on her dragon Meleys. And Aemon and Aegon will ride their dragons Vhagar and Sunfyre. Then we'll see Adam of Hall mount Laenor's former dragon Seasmoke. Baela will have her dragon Moondancer. And I've even heard her sister Rhaena will have a dragon as well. Now, I know Rhaena did not have a dragon in Fire and Blood, but they might do things differently this season. There is at least one source who says she will get a dragon, but I won't reveal any more information about that just yet. I'm also very excited to see Vermithor again this season. There's an amazing shot of this dragon at the very end of the trailer. This is the same old dragon Daemon sang to last season. Vermithor, who is also known as the Bronze Fury, was once ridden by the former King Jaehaerys Targaryen. Ever since Jaehaerys died, Vermithor has been resting on Dragonstone waiting for a new rider. We will see this dragon get a new rider this season, and this incredible beast will be able to grace the skies once again. Now, Vermithor isn't the only riderless dragon on Dragonstone. There are other dragons on the island who still need riders. We will see those dragons this season as well, but I won't mention them here since they weren't shown in HBO's video. Another thing I want to discuss is how the Greens are having disagreements with how they should handle the Blacks. Aegon and Aemond are ready to fight and get their revenge, while Alicent and her father Ser Otto hope they're able to settle things differently. We see this happening during the scenes with Aegon and Ser Otto, as well as the scene with Aemond and his mother Alicent. Although they are now on different sides, it seems Alicent does still have some love for her old friend Rhaenyra. This was shown during the Season 1 finale, when Alicent gave her father the page from the book she used to read with Rhaenyra. If you remember the scene, it also made Rhaenyra emotional after she saw it. I can only imagine how hard it must be for both of them. They were best friends who eventually became family, and now their children are killing each other. Not to mention, Aegon is Rhaenyra's little brother. They should not be fighting over the damn Iron Throne, but this is Game of Thrones after all, and it will not be a great show without a deadly family feud. After Daemon and Rhaenyra avenge the death of Lucerys, Aegon will then want to get revenge of his own. It's only a matter of time before this leads to the Blacks and the Greens jumping on their dragons and fighting each other in the sky and on the open field. That's exactly what we will see happen in the middle of this season when they fight at the Battle of Rook's Rest. It will be like the Battle of the Bastards, the only difference is now they'll have dragons. In fact, we see Sir Criston Cole running from one of the dragons during the battle. Notice how the dragon is flying over the open grass, and you can see the forest off in the distance. Then we see Sir Criston Cole leaving the open field as the horse carries him into the forest. He's hoping the dragon won't be able to see him under the canopy of the forest. Now, unless Rhaenyra's army is also inside of these woods, I would burn everything down to the damn ground. He can run, but he can only hide from dragonfire for so long, especially when he's hiding inside of a forest that is flammable. This will not be the only dragon that shows up during this battle either. We've also seen shots of Aemond and his dragon Vhagar, as well as Rhaenys and her dragon Meleys. Fire will rain down from the sky before this battle is all said and done. Like I said before, this battle should be on the scale of the Battle of the Bastards or the Field of Fire from Game of Thrones. The only difference is this battle will exceed most battles in Game of Thrones because there will be 3 or 4 different dragons fighting here also. This is unlike anything we have seen before. It will set a new standard for what can be done during an episode of television. Every studio and streaming service is already trying to make their own version of Game of Thrones, but House of the Dragon is about to raise that bar even higher. I want to say good luck to Amazon and Netflix. You'll never have a show like this. Alright, now I want to have a look at some of the new faces from this upcoming season. First, we have this blonde-haired lady right here. Many fans believe this must be another member of House Targaryen because of the hair. However, I don't think that's right. I happen to think she's either a sex worker or someone from Harrenhal. I think we see her again in this scene, only now she's laying with someone else. If you look at this image, you can see there is a man wearing a golden ring, and he also seems to have blonde hair. I think she's with Aemond Targaryen. In fact, this might even happen during one of Daemon's dreams or hallucinations. I think that's why we see Daemon in this scene right here, when he's shown walking inside the empty Great Hall. There's also shots of Daemon wandering around the castle. Now, according to one of House of the Dragon's writers, they wanted to make Harrenhal sort of like the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. It will basically stand in as a haunted house that messes with Daemon's mind. The writer said Daemon's not able to sleep while he's there because there's weird stuff happening all around him. He's not sure if any of it's real or if it's in his own head. It might be very reminiscent of when Daenerys was inside the House of the Undying. Maybe the scenes with the blonde-haired woman aren't actually real, as well as the scene with Daemon walking up to the Iron Throne. We shall see. Now, we also see Aemond Targaryen laying with a woman. At first, I thought Aemond might be laying on his mother's lap, mostly because we see Aemond and Alicent sharing a lot of scenes this season. However, now I'm not so sure if that's Alicent, and that's mostly because Aemond is not wearing a shirt. I just have a feeling he's laying down with a different woman from one of the brothels in King's Landing. I know Aegon will visit one of King's Landing's brothels this season, so maybe Aemond does as well. Let me know what all of you think down below. We also have another new face right here. This is Alan of Hall, who will be one of the legitimized bastards of Dragonseed descent, alongside his brother Adam of Hall. Now, what's interesting about these men is there are different accounts about who their father actually is. There are some who say their father was Rhaenys Velaryon, while others say they were fathered by the Sea Snake. I don't want to reveal any more information about them right now because I'll end up spoiling more than I already have. They should have a very interesting storyline moving forward. I will say this is shaping up to be one of the best seasons of television since Game of Thrones had millions of fans in a frenzy. We're now only 1 month away from seeing the first episode. Let me know what all of you think about everything down below. As I have said before, I will be making a lot of videos about this new season. In fact, I'll be making more videos about this season than I have for any previous seasons of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. Make sure you subscribe because there's a hell of a lot more videos heading your way. Once again, I have to thank all of you for watching this one. I hope all of you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye.